Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Sagittarius. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Sagittarius, please. All right, your person is showing up as the Knight of Swords and also as the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy, but also Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and of course with the Knight of Swords we have strong air, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. They're viewing you as the Two of Swords, and the connection, we see the Ace of Pentacles, so the potential for something solid, stable, and secure here. And we see the Devil, Capricorn energy. So your person may be a Capricorn, or they have Capricorn placements, or they just embody this energy of being hardworking, practical, wise. I do feel like there's a real seductive energy here about this person. And I do almost feel too like this could be someone who is, low-key obsessed with you, Sag, before you even know it. But I feel with the Knight of Swords, this is someone who communicates clearly. This is someone who knows what they want. This is someone who's probably going to come into your life pretty quickly. All right. And we see the Four of Cups. They may worry a little bit here about you rejecting them because they are viewing you as the Two of Swords. So holding back, but I also think they feel like you're a mirror image of them in a lot of ways. I feel like also this is somebody who is quite seductive. They have this cardinal energy, so they're not afraid to take charge. So I do feel there's something that's very attractive about this person, not only to you, but to other people. And with the Four of Swords, I feel like this could be someone here who, is quite picky. They don't make themselves emotionally available to just anyone. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's because they know their worth and their value, and most likely they have a lot to offer. So Sag, I do think this is someone here who's probably highly sought after. Now with the Death in reverse, Scorpio energy, this person may come off as a little bit emotionally unavailable, but deep down they're being a little bit sly, being a little bit sneaky, trying to figure you out, wanting victory and success. It can also indicate too that this person has some unfinished business. Now obviously that could be another relationship, okay, but it could also be any situation. It could be a living situation, it can be a job, it can be a contract, a project. But I do think also, with this Death card in reverse, this person's a little bit sneaky, all right, but not necessarily in the sense that you can't trust them, but they kind of, you might not be able to read them super easy, a bit mysterious there. All right, now with the Six of Wands, I feel like a lot of my Sagittarius, you meet this person at a time when you're experiencing victory and success. You may be getting a lot of attention, so you may actually have choices in love. So you're not about to just rush into anything. And, I feel like you're really focused on your work. You're focused on an up-leveling, a potential up-leveling here, Sag. So I do think when this person comes into your life, you're, feeling really good about yourself. All right. And I think you might sense that there could be victory here with this person who, again, I feel like either has a lot of people that want to get with them or, somebody here who gets a lot of attention. All right, what else do we need to know about them? We get life partner energy coming out right off the bat. So there's a lot of potential here for this to be a long-term connection, a mutual love with a partner who shares your vision for the future. This connection is meant to be long-term. This person is someone of another race, religion, or culture from your own, or they're just very different than whom you normally deal with. They're an entrepreneur, and I do feel like this person is most likely they've been quite successful in their investments, but they put their ideas to work for them. They work hard, but they're investing in their future. And closed off. This person does come off as a bit closed off. But I also just think because their focus has been elsewhere, or they get a lot of attention, so they feel like they can be picky. And, there may be something here that, they're recovering from, a relationship or some sort of betrayal. All right. So, but they come off as closed off, but with you, Sag, they're definitely not. Okay. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we also have someone here who knows their worth and their value. It feels like they have a lot to offer. Again, it feels like they're a very attractive partner. And not only just for you. All right, they could be bald or buzzed, or maybe they once were. But remember, these really specific messages that come through about hair and eye color, ethnicity and ages and things like that, they're not going to be for all of you, right? They're going to be confirmation for some, but they're not going to resonate with each and every one of you. Yeah, rolling in money. I definitely see this person has a lot to offer. And we see they may have a bit of a dark past. And I could definitely see that with the Four of Cups and the Death card in reverse. So again, they also, they vet people pretty seriously before they get involved. And they probably want to test your resolve and see if you're someone who's either open-minded or might be able to understand, be understanding of what they've been through. Some of you, not all of you, but this is a really specific message. With some of you, this person may have made their money in maybe some sort of like unethical way. Okay, not for all of you. That's just for like one or two of you. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Okay, we see expectation. So this person has been, waiting for someone just like you, but I do think they either gave up on finding the right person, or you come into their life unexpectedly. Yeah, we see imprisonment here. Some of you, again, that could have to do with their dark past. Maybe they've had run-ins with the law, but of course that's not going to be all of you. Maybe they have a family member who has been in and out of jail. I feel like this person might help that person a lot, or like a best friend or something like that, someone they grew up with. But I do feel like this person feels like, I do think they have financial freedom. They're free to do whatever they want. Most things, if they want it, they can get it. All right, and we see child energy. So some of you, they may be a single parent. Again, some of you too, they may have this dark past from, from their youth. I'm not necessarily saying their childhood, but, from their youth, they might have gotten involved in things that were maybe a little bit more shady, or, run-ins with the law and that sort of thing. This person could be a single parent. I do think despite this sort of very, this very seductive, attractive energy, and, we've been talking about this dark past and all this stuff, I do think that this person probably, it may be hard to read because they may come off as very angelic or very innocent. And I think they definitely do have a side like that to them. All right, and if this reading isn't resonating with you, Sag, that's completely okay. Do check out your other signs. I do like to check out my sun, my moon, my rising, my Venus sign, and also my North Node when I'm dealing with soulmate energy. So we do see that this person makes something valuable with their own hands, and that really makes sense because we pulled that entrepreneur card. But they might also be an amazing cook. They could be really good at, like hair and makeup. Maybe they're good at fixing things around the house. All right. They already know who you are. They could be good at gardening, playing cards. All right, so this person already knows who you are. Maybe this is someone you know from your past. Although my singles new love reading, Sag, are really meant to be someone completely brand new. But your first kiss will be within 1 year from now. So that does not mean it's going to take a year, but it does mean that your first kiss with this person is going to be at a different time for each and every one of you. And it also indicates that you have not been intimate with this person. All right, but again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And this person has a personal pride for their collectibles. So this could be watches, this could be cars, this could be a makeup collection. You know, this could be stuff having to do with like their favorite sports team. It can be antiques. It can be, you know, things from their travels. I see the color like purple, pink and purple being important here. So I don't know if they are wearing this color when you meet them, that they wear this color often. But this is usually, you know, the upper chakras, like the third eye, the crown chakra for me. So it does indicate here that there may be a very spiritual component here to this connection. All right, they're viewing them as the Two of Swords, so holding back. But they also see that you two mirror each other in a lot of ways. All right, and we see the Eight of Swords. So they may be a little bit worried that you're not seeing them the way they see you. Again, if this person has a dark past or there was some shady stuff there in their past, they might be worried that you're not even going to give them a chance because of it, or you're going to be really nervous or anxious about this. And we see the Page of Wands. They're really hoping you're going to, take a risk or take a leap of faith here with them. They find you to be I don't know what's going on. They find you to be sexy and attractive, adventurous, fun, confident. I think this person sees starting something brand new with you. At least they're really hoping so. And how you're going to be feeling, well, you are definitely going to be attracted to this person, Sag, with the Knight of Cups. But I also think you're going to want to be strategic here. Okay, I don't know exactly what that means, but that was the message that came through. And but you're definitely very attracted to this person on a deep level. All right, let's see what they notice about you, Sag, or what they really, really like about you. We see mystic energy, so revels in the intimate union with the divine. So they love, you know, your brand of spirituality. They love your connection with, you know, spirit, with God. This is someone who's going to really love it when you read them their horoscope or you do their birth chart and you tell them, you know, all about what you know. Athlete energy. Some of you may meet this person at the gym or doing something, you know, where you're working on your body. This person sees you as somebody who's dedicated to transcending physical limits. And they see you as having strong willpower and strength of spirit. I mean, all the Sagittarians out there that I know are strong-willed, powerful, really make an impact. So I think they definitely see you that way, but they're very physically attracted to you as well. All right, and they see you that, you know, they see that you have strength and you have resolve here. Now the connection is defined as the Ace of Pentacles. So this person is definitely seeing something, or both of you are seeing potential for something solid, stable, and secure. Even if you're a little bit hesitant or you know, on the fence in the beginning. So we see presence before promise. All right, so this connection prioritizes now over outcome. Okay, so it's all about, you know, being in the moment, not projecting too far ahead, taking time getting to know one another. And you're going to meet this person through everyday routine. So this occurs in an ordinary recurring setting. Alignment reveals itself through consistency rather than spectacle. Okay, so beautiful. So this is, you know, you meet them at work, at school, at the gym, in the neighborhood, at the grocery store. All right. And we have aligned effort. So this connection asks for steady, intentional participation, and alignment grows through consistent care, not through intensity. So, I mean, I do think that there is going to be a real intensity about this person and about this connection, but where it becomes something real and where it becomes something solid and secure is through consistency. So it's like after that initial intensity. Okay, and you know, I think a lot of you will get there, some of you will not. All right, let's see. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know here, please? Burning desire. So that definitely came through. This is going to be a very sexy, a very passionate connection. Spirit saying love is the highest energy of all. Let it in. Open your heart. And again, this is, you are what they've been waiting for, but at the same time, this is going to be unexpected. So you meet in an unexpected way or in an unexpected manner. And I see honest communication. This person is going to be extremely honest with you, Sag. Okay, about what they've been through, about who they are, about what they do. And I feel like that's gonna be where you really get the chance to make a decision about whether or not you're gonna invest time and effort into this connection. Okay. Anything else we need to know? So we see the month of July. So I am doing this reading at the end of July. So some of you, this person already knows who you are. You're already talking to them. Or it's somebody who's coming around in the next couple of days. You could also be dealing with a Cancer or a Leo. All right. Or when you do meet this person, they do come into your life. You may look back at July and say, oh, okay, something happened that helped bring you two together. All right. And we see allow the process. So Spirit saying, you know what, Sag, just allow this to unfold. Allow it to unfold naturally. Take your time. The right person is not going to rush, force, or coerce you. But again, I do think it might be a little bit difficult to keep your hands off of each other, because I do think there's going to be a very sexy, very seductive quality about this person and about this connection. All right, my lovely Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it here, sending you so much love and light. Take care.